Octopus.
All right, we're live.
Bye.
Well, I
Octopuses.
think they changed it. It was
To octopi.
octopi, and
No,
now
I
it's
think it has. I think
octopuses.
it has everything to do whether if the root word is Greek or not.
Oh,
It has something to do with it. Well, okay. Oh, hello, everybody. If you guys know if it's octopi or octopuses, please let us know. This is the great debate tonight.
the great
Um,
debate.
I want to say it's octopuses. I think
I think it's
octopuses might be
octopi.
the.
I think it was, and then they changed it.
Honestly, I think it depends on
I mean,
the.
2020 at its best. They're like, let's just make it octopuses.
Oh my god.
Anywho, welcome back. I know we had a little bit of a hiatus. Everybody's getting sick. Kids are getting sick. Witch doctor's getting sick.
Yeah.
Hectic things at work. Pies being thrown. Horrible cats and dogs living together. No. Welcome back for what episode is this?
Episode
8?
9.
9. Episode 9. Last we left off, the strangers. I'm sorry, guys. I'm excited. Last we left off, the strangers had just completed a combat with a voracious flock of harpies that have invaded the town during the very public execution of Helwyn, the murderer of the father of the dwarven cleric and leader of the town of Whaelhaven. Man, what a battle that was! Buildings on fire, swooping back and forth. Orin being charmed by one of the vicious beasts. However, you guys came out on top. You were able to defeat these feathered miscreants, these horrible monsters, and to your surprise, the de facto leader of Whaelhaven now, who has abruptly filled the role that Father has filled. Ulfirc, the city guard captain, has run off in haste towards the barracks, seemingly towards something important, to tend to something important. Also to keep in mind that just prior to this Harpy invasion of the town square, the vampires running the tavern on the hill, the savory location, have also come down to set up this banquet that has been temporarily, I'm sure, postponed pending some well-needed repairs and putting out some small fires and things like that around town. But you guys are walking past the temple and conversing with each other as just out in the distance, Ulfirc is hastily, I guess jogging. I guess just short of a jog back to the barracks. As you're following behind, Rory can't help but notice that in one of his pockets that there are 2 scrolls, smaller scrolls, that weren't there prior to combat. And he's not quite sure who put them there or when. And that's where we're going to leave off, just after this combat, following Ulfirc towards the barracks, passing the temple, scrolls in pocket. Everybody is ready to rock and roll. That's where we're at today. What are you guys going to do? And if the screens are shifted, our friend Nick seems to have dropped out of Discord. So just give us a minute.
So you said that we're at the barracks. We just saw Ulfirc walk in.
You guys are walking past the temple, and you see just out in the distance, Ulfirc is hastily walking towards the barracks.
Is everybody all together?
Yeah, I think you guys were together when you left.
Okay.
Just when I think all we have to worry about is vampires. What the hell was that just came out of the sky?
I'm not sure. Seems like this town has A lot more secrets hidden inside of it than we might have suspected.
And where the hell is Ulfirc going?
I'd like to know that
Seems
as
like
well.
Seems like a
It's
lot
like
of people have
hustling.
secrets.
Curious to see what this man's secrets are. We should follow. How do you feel about that rogue?
Let's continue. I mean, we have no other leads right now.
Follows sneakily.
Yeah. Could we follow, like, keeping kind of out of sight, but, like, kind of...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like Scooby-Doo in the gang.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't even say you need a stealth check. His attention is just going towards this barracks that is seemingly built into one of the far back walls, like the main walls of the town. You're still maybe like 100 feet, 150 feet behind him, but you can see he's as he's walking, he's like shambling. He's looking for his pockets for keys. He has this large key ring. And he's up to the door now. You're watching him. He's fumbling with the keys, trying to get inside of the main barracks proper.
Does he look panicked?
He looks... Make a perception check. No, make an insight check. Let's do insight. That's a good one. Never use insight.
Ooh.
What's up?
He... As far as you can tell, he's just—it's a combination of nervous, like definitely anxiety. He's of concern. Like there is something that he's hyper focused on that he's rushing to get to inside of this barracks.
Who's proficient in intimidation?
I actually think I might be.
I might also be.
So.
No, not really.
Yes,
Keys
sir.
are sliding across the ring. He's looking for the right ones.
Middle.
He's fumbling.
You should press the man, Loreno. He is obviously shook.
Use some of your magic.
The key slides into the lock. He unlocks the mechanism. And the front door walks in.
I immediately, like, as hearing, like, you should press them, I want to use Mask of Many Faces to assume the appearance of one of the guards,
Okay, sure.
and then pursue after him, kind of in a hasty jog.
As he uses the Mask of Many Faces, I would like to take a piece of rope out of my bag and lightly bound it, like fake tie it to my wrist, and like get your attention and give you the other end, so it looks like you have a reason to be bringing a friend or a captive. Tell him I stole something, like, you know what I mean? So you're like, I don't know. Yeah, a captive. Like, I want to go with you, is what I'm saying, but I don't want to be suspicious. I don't want you to
I want to look towards him and be like, not sure how this works into the plan, but let's hurry.
I could just go around back and then, like, you know, put the rope bag in my bag and go around back instead.
So there's no back of this building.
Okay.
The back of the building is built into the wall
It's the wall.
of the
Oh, yes, yeah.
stone wall.
So there's only one way in.
There's a door. There's several windows. It appears to have 2 flights, and there are large windows on the sides and on the front above the door.
Is it scalable? Would I be able to
Uh,
scale to the second level from the outside?
It's made up of pretty large bricks. Like some of them are jutting out. Like it's.
Okay,
It's
then I
possible.
would
Yeah, I would say it's definitely a possible.
Well, I was
decline.
gonna say,
briefly
Kasha,
watch from the
before-
window.
Oh, I was gonna say before you scale, I want to hand you a good berry just in case anything happens.
Good idea.
All right, so I'm
There's
So-
going
also
to,
windows along the. There's also windows along the first floor as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna start from there. I'm not gonna let them out of my sight. So if they move,
Okay.
I move.
yeah, so
I'm
I'm
gonna
running
eat that
in.
good berry.
Just as a specific for the Mask of Many Faces, I want to assume the role or assume the appearance of a guard that I've seen
Okay.
as best as I can.
Sure. There were some guards darting back and forth through all the chaos before. Okay.
So I run in after him. Ulfirc! Ulfirc!
You just hear him just looking. You hear him like around the corner, like walk in. There's like almost like a front, like a sitting room almost, and then there's another set of doors. And the doors open. As you go across the door, you look to your right. It goes down to like a cell block area, and then to the left, it looks like there's several offices. At the very end, there's a light coming through an open door, and you can hear just like who you believe to be Ulfirc saying, "Oh no."
Yeah, I dart all the way in, and I'm like, Ulfirc! And I peer into the room. What do I see?
Or you turn around, you look, and you look around. He goes, "Oh." You see that he is looking around his desk, and there's the back window of the office is completely shattered. There's feathers strewn across the floor. There's blood. Hold on 1 second. So you get a better, accurate description. All right. So there's a large desk towards the back of the room. The back of the room has a large window that's shattered. Bits of glass all over. There is a blood trail, like as if a body was dragged across the floor, across the front of the desk. There's these white, silvery, gray feathers strewn across the room, and Ulfirc is just he's reading a what appears to be a note that is left on his desk with a bloody pentagram.
Would you say that I noticed the broken window from the outside?
As you go around, like the left side of the building, when you go around the side, you notice that there is iron bars that were pulled from the stone of the building that would have gone over the window, pulled out and left on the ground. And there's a large hole in the window, and there's little bits of blood and things around the broken glass.
Is the glass going into the room or out of the room?
There's very minimal glass on the outside of the building.
Okay, so carefully footing. Can I see in this window just from standing?
No, you would need someone to boost you up. It's maybe 7 feet.
I can help you.
Can I hear through the window?
Yeah, very faint. You can hear basically Ulfirc saying, "Oh no, what is this?
Okay, I'm good with that.
Where is the key?"
Alright, so, like, I just want to say, Ulfirc, stop! Stop for 1 moment.
And you see he just looks back, and he's just frantic. And he's looking, and you can see above the back of his desk there's several looks like key hooks. And there's several sets of keys, and there's one that's missing. He's just, like, looking everywhere. And he goes, the keys to the temple are missing. How could I have been so foolish to leave the temple unguarded?
Ulfirc, calm down. What is going on? You can't just dash away after a fight, leaving the townspeople to fend for
your
themselves.
place there, Garen. Know your place. Even though we know this has gone bad, but I'm still your superior. I'm
Fair
still
enough.
the one who lines your pockets with gold.
Fair.
I'm open to criticism. This is what I need from you. Get a squad of guards to head over to the temple and secure it. Make sure we didn't have any break and entry at the building. We need to make sure that it's watched day and night.
But you said the key is missing.
The key to the offering room is gone.
Then can I borrow the key to the temple?
Make a persuasion check.
Alright. Fudge. I think that's my one I don't have.
Offering room key. Oh boy.
Just taking that gold.
I do not have that, but let's pray. Ooh, okay.
Whoa. All right.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
that's performance. My bad. Oh shit.
Wah, wah, wah. All right, let's see.
Hey!
There Jaren,
Yumluck.
Did he
You've
say
only been
Jared
in
or Garen?
Jaren. I
Garen.
was referring to you as Jaren.
There.
Jared, okay.
Jaren.
Jaren, okay.
Jaren, you're just barely seasoned, and little more than a rookie, but I appreciate your initiative here. I promote you to corporal. Grab 2 or 3 guards and go secure that temple. We'll discuss your formal promotion after all of this is settled.
I appreciate that, and I'm looking to serve. The key I need to get in to the temple.
He tosses you the key. It's it's like a brass key ring, and the key itself is very ornate. It has a blue like setting, like but not like, it's more like glass than anything. It's like stained glass, like in like the handle part of the key, and it has 2 golden wings. He says, "Secure. Make sure that the mahogany doors are locked and barred, and check all the windows and the roof."
Will do. I'll make sure to get an elite team over there.
Put 2 guards in front of the treasure room, please.
Can I make an investigation check to see if there's any sort of footprint or type of hair, feather, basically evidence of whatever broke into the building. Something maybe I've seen before, maybe not that long ago. Who knows?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation.
Make haste there, Jaren. Godspeed.
Will do. And I'll start heading out, still with the Mask of Many Faces.
What do we got there?
I rolled an 8.
You can see that besides the iron bars that are ripped, there are just deep gouges, possibly scratches, along the exterior stone of the building.
All right, I'm also going to make haste to the front.
Okay. As you guys all, and if everybody's with Kashta, everybody rounds the corner, and at this time, unless
I want
Hope
to-
doesn't have.
I want to come walking out with the key twirling around my finger.
Nice.
Damn, looks like I'm not the only sneaky one in the group.
Persuasive,
Just shaking
maybe,
my head.
but I'm not snaky.
Just want to give you a camaraderie shoulder punch in the arm that you're twirling the key with.
So we have to get into the temple, but I'm afraid Ulfirc believes this man Jorn promoted me even, or him. But he expects guards at the offering room. I feel somewhat obliged to follow his lead. What do you think? Should we check it out for ourselves? Or should I alert some of the guards?
Who are you asking directly?
I'm asking the group.
Oh.
For scoping out the offering room. I believe I have a collection to make.
Nice.
What key do you have?
It's the key to the temple. Unfortunately, the offering room key was stolen.
So, Dave, there was no footprints. Whatever broke in clearly didn't touch the ground.
As far as you can tell.
All right, as far as I can tell. Well, it's
And
also
as you
7
guys-
feet off the ground, so I want to warn the party. Maybe it's Harpy related or.
So
or-
as you guys are talking, I'm not sure if you're walking back towards anywhere yet, but Ulfirc comes back towards the door to shut it and lock it, and he notices you, and he says, "Oh, friends, listen, adventurers like you, I ask you something. Take a look at something.
I'm
Who
still
eyes may have missed.
in.
Oh, you're still him?
I'm still.
You're still him?
Yeah, Jaren.
Okay, gotcha. You're still Jaren.
Yeah.
Jaren, uh, would you mind if I see that you've met our humble guests here? Would you mind if I stole them from you for a quick moment?
Yes, and I know I have to be on to tell the gods, but seeing as how they handled that battle, could they accompany me to the temple?
It's good thinking. Would you need all of them or just a few?
I'll run off and grab some guards while you talk to them, and I'll meet them at the temple.
Sounds good. Now,
And I'll run
Ashta
off.
and Bliss, Yorig, Orin, and Zula. Don't mind. I'd like you to see something. I'd like to get your opinion.
Follow him in.
Okay. Yeah, I follow too.
And I'm not
So
going
he
to get
walks-
any guards. I'm literally just going to chill by the temple door.
Okay. So he walks you guys in past the waiting area through the door behind like that front like desk area. You look to your right. There's the cell blocks down the hallway, and you go to the left, and there's those offices like I described before. And at the end, the open door with the light coming through it from the broken window. He walks you in. Let me remove Hope.
Oh, crap.
You're not able to see?
No, I can see.
I gotcha. Alright, so he walks you into the office and he asks, clearly this is a coordinated attack. Now, I don't want to instill any sort of panic amongst the people. Clearly our feathered friends from earlier are responsible. As you can see, the feathers on the ground. If there's anything that strikes out to you that might be able to help aid in our investigation, you know, a second, third, fourth, and fifth set of eyes is better than one. Feel free to peruse around the office. Please just try not to disturb too much.
Orin is very reluctant. He goes in last.
Should eat that piece of cheese.
Nom, 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 nom. I know how the Nords feel about their cheese.
I would like to examine this blood stain. Looks like the start of it potentially. The dragging looks like it was dragged and then left in a blood puddle. So I want to examine the start of it and see if I have basically investigate to see how fresh the blood is. Is it still warm? Is it like bubbly, like lungy? Could someone have survived from this, basically? Or is this a fatal amount of blood?
Make a medicine check.
Is it human blood? 10. That's not bad.
10. Alright, so it is definitely blood. It has just started to coagulate, and it's a fair amount. A lethal amount, it's hard to say, but it's a fair amount. As far as you can tell, it looks like there is a puddle in front of the desk and a drag marks that either go from the desk to the wall or from the wall to the desk. You can't make out which direction that it's being dragged.
Okay. I would like to examine the moose on the right.
Go ahead and make your investigation check.
Damn, I really wish I was proficient in this. 5. I'm blinded with bad, boy.
It's a beautiful mount. It's up there. Antlers, a beautiful set of antlers. It just hang perfectly on the wall. As far as you can tell, it's just your average elk mount.
I would like to check out these feathers right here, and see if it's anything that I've seen, like in the wild, or like, since I worked on a farm or any and all that. Would that be like?
can
Could that be
make it
considered like animal handling? Because it could be a possible animal.
It'd be more of a nature check.
Ah, okay.
I would help. I'm proficient, so I
Yeah,
can
okay.
help.
If you're proficient, if you want to help, then Ashley, go ahead and make the roll at advantage.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Oh well.
These appear to be eerily similar to harpy feathers. That since you just saw these creatures, they're just fresh in your mind. You're drawing parallels to them, but
Okay.
it's hard to say. You're looking at them, and they're just it's basically just large feathers.
Can I take one?
Same. I'm gonna
Okay.
put it in my hair.
Sure.
I was gonna put it
To search
in the
this
bag.
desk
Whose room
and
is
see
this?
if there's any papers pertaining to the zombie bar. And I also want to examine that pentagram if it's any familiar, if it has any familiarities with the pentagram we previously saw in the other combat scene.
Okay. So as you approach the desk, there's the underside are these open cabinets, like on the right and the left side, the lower portion of the desks. There are cabinets. You open them up, and bottles of brandy, notebooks, things like that. Some manacles in one of them. One of the drawers on the top right appears that the lock has been broken and rummaged through, just papers strewn about. And then on the right hand side, the drawer is locked. As for the pentagram on top, it is a sheet of parchment that is written in a language, a foreign language. What language do you speak, Mike?
I don't recall the other two that I have.
You look under your proficiencies on your character sheet, the bottom left. Should say language.
Elvish, common, yeah, Elvish and common.
Okay, so you're unable to read what is written on here. The blood is tacky, but yet it's dry. But that's what you see. So that's what you see around your investigation reveals around the desk.
I will pick that lock of the desk.
All right. So what I need you to do is roll a d20 and add your proficiency bonus to it and your dexterity modifier to it.
My proficiency bonus 2, 16, and my dex mod would be 4. So that's a 20.
Okay. And then your proficiency bonus, you said you added?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. So 20. So you have the pick, and you have the pick inserted into the keyhole of the lock, and you can feel this small little tumbler inside, just like click, 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 and it clunks, and the drawer slides open, and you can see that there's a small pouch, like a coin purse almost, just sitting there. Another looks like a fine bottle of brandy with a wax topper on it, and there appears to be a stamp with a seal on it, like a wax seal, like if you're gonna stamp a letter with the I guess the sigil or symbol of Whaelhaven, and quilled pens, things like that. That's what the
Is the other guard still in the room?
Ulfirc is here. Yeah.
I'm gonna sneakily just take the letter with the wax seal on it.
Okay, gotcha. So it's not a letter; it's a stamp. As if you were to melt wax and put it on.
Oh, it's just a stamp?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna leave that there. I don't need it.
Gotcha.
I need it. I need that. What's under the couch? I just want to drop prone and see if there's anything under the couch that got knocked under there in a struggle or something. I don't know. Somebody
Okay.
died in this room. It'd be dumb not to look under the couch.
So you lay down, you look under the couch, you can see that there's an empty bottle of liquor, some undergarments,
Oh,
and just crumbs and things like that.
kinky. All right, and then I'm going to walk over to the desk next to Bliss and ask him in Elvish, what did you find, friend?
I'm gonna relay to him everything I found in Elvish, but ask if he can understand any of the language that's on this parchment with the pentagram.
I'm going to look at it. I speak Gnomish, Primordial, Elvish, and Common.
None of the letter is not written in any of those languages.
I'm going to take the stamp. And did you take the bottle of brandy?
Make a sleight of hand check, because right now he's just kind of like Ulfirc is by the door, like giving you guys your space.
Oh, I
You
see.
look around, but he's like not really super paying attention to
Okay,
what you guys are
okay,
doing.
then
but
I'm-
sure if you take something he might notice.
Then I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna take the bottle. I'm just gonna pick up the bottle and pick up the stamp like I'm examining it and put it on the corner of the parchment with the pentagram on it and heat up some of the wax so it drips and make the imprint. So I have the imprint, you know what I'm saying? And then roll up or yeah, then I would take the parchment. So that's where I would make the sleight of hand check, I guess.
Okay, so you want to take the parchment with the pentagram.
Oh, no doubt, because
While Couch is doing all this, Oren's gonna like subtly run interference, just like talking to.
have I
Ulfric
told you
about,
about my son?
you like sweet rolls? Let me
The
guess.
journey we
someone's
went on.
Yes.
Innsman, how are you?
I've been better, friend. We seem to have some sort of infestation. Some unholy thing has grasped this valley. We're only here
Can't
to
help.
help.
I'm not a superstitious one, but I fear that what you're saying might possibly be true. For a poor little town of Whaelhaven. I don't know what we're going to do if this wretched curse continues to spread beyond the walls of our town.
Nearly almost had me in a trance. Carried me off to its nest to make me into an omelet. It wasn't even right. Luckily, of the best. So, and I kind of look back, like I look back at Costa, like, hurry up, man.
Oh, I made the check.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you? Oh.
It
Make
was
it an advantage.
okay. I hope it goes well. Okay.
Nice.
There we go. You're able to snatch this, like if you're reading it, you kind of like set it back down, you pick it up again, you set it down like below the desk, like kind of roll it up, put it up your sleeve, and Ulfirc tells Oren, oh, omelets. Oof. I'm sure she would have scrambled your brain. Something. Some sort of egg joke.
I would like to ask Yorig in Gnomish what he is looking at over there.
That is exactly what I'm gonna ask the DM. What am I looking at?
Are you looking at this large? It's like it's a very ornate. It appears to be. You know, make a religion check.
Is this
Obviously.
no? Yeah. Is this Harry Potter themed? Are we Harry Potter theming for November with the winged
No.
key?
Right.
Oh, sick.
Awesome. So what you are looking at is it's like a combination of a gyroscope, a globe, and it just shows how the prime. It's like the center of this gyroscope is like the prime material plane, and all these rings that are rotating around it are the different, like all ornately carved, like very ornate calligraphy, but carved into the brass rings of all the different planes of existence that revolve around the prime material. And it's just, as you touch your hand around and you spin it, it just spins so eloquently and silently. Appears to be just a very well made representation of existence, the known existence.
Pretty shabby. Whose office is this again? I totally missed that from the beginning.
This is Ulfric's office. This is the captain, the head of the guard.
Sweet. Yeah. I'm just gonna be mesmerized. You know what? I'm gonna also check out what everyone else is trying to read and can't read. Turning around.
Oh, I put it in my sleeve.
Yeah.
Oh.
He took it.
Then never mind. I'm
Is,
gonna look confused. As like I'm pretty sure there was a piece of paper there, but now there's not.
I would say if you answered my question on what are you looking, since you didn't answer my question, that I would walk over with my back to the door, see what you were looking at for myself, and then slide the paper out a little bit and say, "Can you read this in Gnomish?" So nobody else can, or hopefully
I was gonna say,
understand.
I kind of walk over because I speak Gnomish as well, and so I'm just kind of like, what's going on over here? Well, I have like my feather.
Highly
Maybe I can
sus.
help. So I just stroll down.
Jorg looks close to the paper, seeing if I could decipher anything. I speak Goblin. It's the only thing else that no one else speaks.
It's not goblin.
Right.
Do
So
I
I
see any
see-
clocks
I
in
see
the
the-
room?
Any clocks in the room?
I am looking at one.
Maybe a pocket watch in the ottoman thingy, the cabinet, whatever the mirror thing
You know,
is.
I will say yes. I will say
Nice.
yes. There is a
There you go.
a dented brass pocket watch with a short chain and has a faded faded white or pale face to it.
And as I see that, I'll try to be like with one hand. Did anyone find anything else in the room? Pointing at all different directions, and with the other hand, just kind of palm it into my pocket.
Okay, make your sleight of hand check.
Show me the money.
Light that hand, boy.
Oh my gosh!
Let me see what his passive is. All right. Like looks over Orin and he goes, hands off. I brought you in here as consultants.
I was just checking the time. We've been in here for a while. You know.
Keep my eye on you.
Jorg is just perusing the bookshelves to see if there's any books on vampires or harpies.
You notice
If
that
this is
there
a mechanical bookshelf that like I pull a lever and a trapdoor happens, I don't
You
know.
notice that there is a book on that top left bookshelf that is labeled. Let me check my notes real quick. It is labeled. Arch Families of the Blood Heirs.
Arch Families of the Blood Heirs.
Yes.
That's in
And
his
as you reach up
office.
for the book, are you reaching up for the book?
Oh yeah, reaching up for that book.
Notice that the book is not a book, it is carved piece of wood that looks like a book. As you pull it, a door opens up behind the moose head, the elk head. Elk head just like moves out of the way,
Whoa.
and there's a secret chamber, and the blood continues down into the chamber past the moose head. And Ulfirc, just his jaw drops, and he just like pushes Orin out of the way, and he runs over, and he pulls his sword, and he looks down the hall, and he goes, "What? I've been the captain here for 23 years. There's no way that
I push him aside. It's like, clearly you run a loose ship here, buddy. And I start walking down the trap door.
I would put myself directly behind him with my sword at the ready, aka pointing to his heart, and say, "Lead the way."
So, those
Captain Sus.
oh, well, quite. I am shocked. Now, listen. Seeing as that this mystery has deepened, I'd like to hire you as not just mere consultants, but I'd like to hire you as contractors, deputize you as guards of Whaelhaven. Would you be willing to take on this task? Help me quell this evil from my town. The breach of privacy and all that is holy in our town. I need your help.
What are you offering?
Offering you a sum. 5 gold pieces apiece.
I'll take the pocket watch, no gold.
Yeah.
Pocket watch it is. He like reaches down off the desk and he just throws it to you.
Well, seeing that I solved a big mystery here, you didn't even know there was a trap door. I feel like I should get whatever I want out of the offering room.
Listen, I can't do that. Now, going to
Can't
head
or
down.
won't.
Listen, it's one thing to upset the guard and upset the people, but to upset Tabris and the gods themselves, that's another thing entirely. Say we leave the offering room intact. Now, I think I have a blank somewhere. I'm going to head down to our gnomish friend down there. See if he can cast a new key for the offering room. If you don't mind clearing out this tunnel.
I would not
Does he
budge.
seem genuinely shocked that he never knew this thing existed?
He is like literally shaking in his boots. He's like for the last 23 years he sat at that desk, not knowing that somebody could have been listening, somebody could have been watching. That this has been his, not just his home, but he has, this is an extension of his home. His place of work, and he feels violated. He's scared. He's frightened. He's never had to deal with anything outside of a wild animal wandering into town, or livestock being killed, or a bullywug raid, which they've been dealing with as of lately.
Okay.
But this is something
Okay.
marish creatures just coming down from the ground and coming down from the sky, and his leader of the town being murdered. He is just wide-eyed. His knees are shaking. He is just
About
clearly,
to piss himself.
Yes, he is very frightened.
Is there any way to deputize us before you leave this room?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that should happen ASAP, and then we can do more stuff.
So he goes into the left drawer that's broken. He opens it up. His hands are shaking. He pulls out a leather bound almost like a ledger. It's more like a roster. He opens it up. He's writing down the names. He's asking is this the correct the spelling of your names and things like that. And he's adding you to this ledger, and he puts it in his pocket, and he says it's official. If anyone gives you any grief around town, you tell them to come see me.
He also adds Hope's name onto the list.
Hope. Your comrade, absolutely.
Nice
Takes
job.
it back out and he adds
Yeah.
Hope's name in there.
And I'm gonna run out real quick because I know he's not far, and I'm just gonna go grab him and get him out of his man of many faces fucking identity.
So Ulfirc, he goes and he's just like, he grabs his ledger, he grabs a set of manacles, he looks down on the bottom, he grabs his bottle of brandy, he slides it into his satchel, and he has like this cast, like all the keys, like he pulls it out like where he can remake a key, and he's going down to, he's getting ready to leave to go back towards to speak to Norm, where Norm would be able to basically cast him a new key. So Bliss, you run out of the office, you down the hall, you take the right, you go down into the waiting room, you open the door, and you can see Hope in I guess still as Jaren, who's are you walking back? Are you walking away? Are you just waiting?
Oh no, I said I had to run off towards the temple, and I was just gonna wait there for the group.
Okay, so Bliss, you after from hearing that before, you sprint as fast as you can. You go over there. You see that Hope is waiting. Are you still?
So yeah,
like
for this
Jaren?
I wanted to just do a little something with Hope. What you're gonna see, and I'll post some pictures in the general discussion. But I've changed my Mask of Many Faces to essentially what Griffith would look like if you're familiar with Berserk. It's actually not too far off from Bliss, except for blonde hair. It is flowing white. Just.
Would I know this is you?
I am sitting, I'm just kind of waiting, tapping kind of like my arm, just like leaned up against the side doors of the temple, just people watching. Oh, so do you clearly come up to the door?
I'm just wondering because I knew where you were going, and I was specifically looking for a guard.
I would recognize you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll be running up, but I wouldn't know how to respond to you since I don't know you.
So I'd be like, "Bless, over here."
Hope?
Yeah.
Yo, you have to change your appearance now. Get back to your original self. We have to head back to the barracks now. I'll explain it on the way.
All right, I'll run with you, but all right, I'll change back. And you see, I go back to my tiefling form.
Does the tunnel seem to lead in the direction of the church?
No. It would lead as if it was going. So the right side of the room here is actually up against the wall of the town. Does that make sense? Like the front of the building would be the left, right?
Yeah.
And then the wall would be the windows are behind here, right? The hallway comes up and then down this way to a door.
I got you.
So Hope and Bliss, you guys are running back. At this point, Ulfirc is he has his satchel full, and he's stepping out. And he looks up. He goes, "I can't thank you enough for your help there, Bliss and Hope. Hope, I have business to attend to. I'm sure your compatriot here will explain what is going on, but I will have a contingent of guard wait." Secure the barracks so no one comes in behind you. Right, so he reaches.
Yeah, go. I want to do something before he leaves.
Oh, no problem. So he reaches and he has a horn on a leather strap. He pulls it off his belt and he blows his horn, and then you can see one of the distant towers, maybe 150 feet away. Two of the guards that are up in the top of the tower. They turn to the left. They look. They see that he's blowing the horn, and they start coming down the spiral wooden staircase from the tower.
I want to nudge Bliss really quick, and kind of turn the key, show him the key from my pocket, and then kind of suggestively look towards Ulfric's pockets.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I will speedily make that transaction, transferring a piece from one pocket to Ulfric's pocket.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, it's already going.
I feel like
I've got to
you
wait
might-
to get out of this.
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
like
man.
10 other things you could have done.
I know. I literally could have
Nice.
told him that Joran gave it to me.
Yeah.
All that was dropped and found
This,
on the ground.
this makes it more interesting. Come on, it's cool.
So he goes and he says, "All right, I must be off. I'm sure that Jaren is taking care of what I told him to take care of." Right, and he just he takes off and goes, "There'll be stiff penalties for those who don't listen to the captain." Right, and he just like walks
Bro, you're
off.
getting someone killed.
He just got promoted. All right, he's gonna be back at step one. All right, that's
And
it.
so confused.
So
You've been demoted. What rank am I? Private.
Corporal.
Sir, I was private.
So you guys go into the barracks and back to the waiting area. You take the left. You go into the office, and everybody is just like armed and at the ready, focused at this tunnel. And at this time, like right behind you, like as you guys are walking to the room, I'm sure you're starting to explain to Hope what's going on. You have like two like really young and like eager and like mean looking guards. Like you look at them like, whoa, all right, like. And they're just like, nothing will get through this door. We promise. And they have these large halberds, and they have these tall shields, and they sit there and they shut the door, and they just, boom, they just ram the shield up against underneath the handle, and they have their halberds, and they're just sitting there, one looking at the window, and one looking at the door.
All right, I
That
know.
reminds me of my son.
Who's leading the going downstairs?
Definitely not me. I have
Yeah.
10 out.
Well, is it okay? Do we? Know,
I'll
is
take
it
the lead
dark,
on this.
or,
I'll go
like,
for
how
it.
does it look? Can we kind of see, or is it like lightly lit?
It is a staircase that just goes down. So
Okay.
it goes down. It's light coming down, and you can see that there's torches that are hanging on the walls. And
So it's like a
these-
dim light.
Yeah, but you can. Any of the spellcasters in here can tell that these aren't. These are magically fueled flames. These aren't.
Okay.
These aren't like naturally burning flames. They're just.
I'll take the lead down the
Yeah.
staircase,
I wanna
going
go-
real slow and quiet.
I want to go right behind Bliss, packed weapon into a longbow, and just having it pulled kind of like around his back, just like covering his, so I could like shoot over his shoulder.
Hold on. Let me write down the marching order.
Oh.
So we have
Kinky.
Bliss, Hope. This
Oh.
stairwell is, it's 10 feet wide. So it would be uncomfortable to walk side by side, but you can definitely walk side by side. So Bliss, Hope.
Jorg will rush to the front next to Bliss just because I'm so intrigued to find another mechanical lever.
Okay. Okay. And then
I-
who's behind Hope?
Summon the arcane deck and draw my 7.
Okay.
I want to be
So-
behind, like next to Kashta, because I want to see the paper to see if I can read it while we're going down.
We'll call Zula. So Zula and Kashta and Orin, where are you going to be in the lineup?
I'm gonna be in the back, because
Orin.
that's where the Sigma goes.
You got it. Got it.
Nice.
Can't believe you
So-
used that.
I want to Kashta, I want to, like, in Gnomish, just to, like, kind of, like, freak him out, and being like, you know this, ask him if I can see the paper to see if I can read it.
No, 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 no. Yeah, I'll show you.
I am druidic, elvish, gnomish, and sloth. Can I read it? So I hand it right
We
back.
narrow down a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So as you walk down, and just like the gentle taps of the soles of Bliss's leather shoes, and I'm sure if anybody's wearing any like heavy armor, it just seems like just all like boots and rubber soles.
Barefoot, baby.
I
Barefoot.
have.
There we go.
I know I have a chain shirt on, but I don't think like plate shoes.
No, everybody would be wearing like boots or like leather shoes. You're walking down, it's like gentle taps against the cobblestone stairs. You come down to a hallway that is just eerily. I don't know how to describe it. It's just eerily perfectly symmetrical and rectangular. It is 10 feet wide by 10 feet tall. It goes on for a while.
We see any more blood on the ground?
The blood at this point is beginning to get more and more faint, going from streaks and footprints now just to droplets. It's well lit with these magical torches, and you continue forward. Can't help but feel confined, as if you can almost hear, if you could hear the earth above you. This tunnel appears to go underneath the wall of the town and deep out into the valley. It is a very slow and meticulous, creepy walk down this hallway. Walls are slick, clean. You continue on before come to the end of the hallway, and about, let me see here, being accurate, about 70 feet ahead of you, you can see the stone statue of a gargoyle at the end of the hall. It appears that the hallway turns to the right, to another hallway. And in front of you, the gentle taps of your boots, they begin to crunch. You start to look, and there's shards of bone, charred bone, and larger pieces of bone, and eventually bodies. You see bodies, like far too crisp bodies, just lined in a straight line, coming from where you're at up until the start of this statue. And come up to the hallway. You notice that there are two stone bowls. They almost look like like bird baths, like in size, sitting to your right and your left. And that's where we're going to take a quick break. So that's where you guys are at. So let's go ahead and
Switch
pause
them over.
this.
We're back.
And we are back. Everybody has as you guys continued walking down this long hallway, it's slowly beginning to widen from 10 feet to about 15 feet wide. These magically lit torches line your right hand side, and at the end of the hallway finally has an end, and you can see the stone statue of like a gargoyle or a similar like creature, which is about 70 feet from you. To your right and your left, you see that these two stone bowls that are on pedestals, similar to that of a bird bath. Now the floor is littered with fragments of charred bone, charred skeletons, and a straight line from the statue up until the where the maybe like 10 feet from where the ahead of you where the bowls are. What do you guys do?
Yeah, can I make a survival check?
What are you looking for?
To see if I know what kind of lair? Or are we about to get up, basically, is what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
Alright, so
am I privy to any things in
what
the
in,
area?
what in particular are you trying to examine?
The entrance to the door, the scorch marks, are there any claw marks?
Okay. So
Droppings.
Alright, so the floors are otherwise clean. The walls are otherwise
Other than
clean
bone.
aside from bone on the floor and soot on the ceiling. As you squat down, you put your hands down to the floor and you rub the soot and you rub them between your fingers and your thumb, the ends of your finger and your thumb. Need you making an Arcana check.
So I'm trying, but roll 20 will not load my character sheet. I refreshed the page, and I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it to load and then see if I can do it again.
Okay. No
Okay,
problem.
I got it.
My screen. Oh, you got it?
Got it.
What check would you like me to make?
Arcana, please.
Arcana.
Ooh.
So you recognize this as the aftermath of an intense arcane flame that was at some point this hallway was full of just arcane flame, and something it originated something that is originated from something in this hallway that was emanating this magical fire. It's arcane. It's not natural in origin, and you're just immediately drawn to this the school of magic that you're examining right now is the school of evocation. It's intense evocation magic coming from a magical source of flame.
Is that magical source of flame? Does it appear to be present? Is there a starting point? Is there any like tracks or footprints in the soot?
So there's no tracks or footprints that you can tell in the soot. The ground is just littered with bits of just charred bone. Most of the soot is along the walls and the ceiling, but the bodies and the bones are just strewn upon. They're just all over the floor, and they're mostly in a straight line up until this that gargoyle statue.
We should proceed with caution. There has been a very powerful magic used here. I do not want to be confronted with this. Step warily. This area could be trapped. And then I'm gonna step away from the soot, like well away, and watch my footing. I'm gonna be very careful about the things that I decide to touch.
As you pass the bowls, you can see that the eyes of the gargoyle begin to light up.
Great.
Hey, gang.
Yay.
Are these bowls on like pedestals, like stone pedestals, or?
Yes, the bowls themselves are also made of stone.
Is there anything in the bowls?
The bowls are empty, but at the base of the bowl, there's separate carvings on either side. One of them is that of water, like a wave kind of pattern, like wavy like this, and the other one is of like fire.
Okay.
Jorg, hey, hop on up here. Well, wait, would he just be able to peer in, or like I'd imagine I gotta lift Jorg up to see into these pedestals?
Yeah, they're
right?
about 3 feet high. You'd be able to you'd probably be able to peer into them like this, but
I'll do like a kneeling thing and like leave my knee open and just be like, Jorg, hop up Need you to look at something.
Take a nice little hop up, peer in.
Okay, so
Ashta sniggers.
the bowl to the right is it's empty and it has the wavy kind of like water like carving in the base of the bowl, and the one to your left is the one that has like a carving of like flames. As you look down the hallway at the gargoyle, you can see that sitting in the hands of the gargoyles is a blue bottle and a red bottle.
Oh wow, I was just gonna put water in this bowl, but I guess not.
So what do you think?
This insignia seems like it's water.
So we should put water in it.
That was my first intention, but then I see a blue bottle in the hand of the gargoyle.
Well, let's see what we're looking at here.
Oh, we got a map now.
I would like to cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
There we go.
And make him use him to go get the red and blue items, or try to see what happens.
Okay. Is there a distance that he can walk?
60 feet.
So, you
Oh,
measure
that's
this
that.
out from where you are. So you were where you said at the middle, like just passing here.
Out of the scorch marked zone is where.
So that is exactly 60 feet. Okay, so you conjure your unseen servant, and he begins to walk past where the bowls are, and nothing appears to happen. You just hear the.
And we see the footprints in the ash on the floor.
Yeah, I'll say for flair. Why not? Yeah.
Cool.
You hear like the occasional crunch of bone. And you see the two bottles pick up and walk back and stop at the bowls where you're standing.
All right.
Take the blue one from the servant's hand and start pouring it into the bowl that I'm in front of.
Do you want to check it first? Just in
So-
case, like, open it up and make sure, just in case I'm not trying to, like,
Oh.
psych us out.
Plot twist: Jorg is colorblind.
So Jorg pours the blue bottle into the bowl with the water, and nothing appears to happen.
Anticlimactic.
Is no one gonna grab the red one?
I set Jorg down. I walk over to the other side and put my knee back up for him.
I do the same thing. I hop up, grab the bottle from the servant, and hop back up, and I'm like just looking around. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
We're all like,
So
Pour
glug,
the
glug, glug,
bottle
glug,
in.
glug, 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 and this red fluid just fills the bowl. Nothing appears to happen.
do we not need to set it on fire?
I'd like to have a word with Orin.
A word we shall have.
Northerner, I think
Witch doctor.
some of us walk in the path of the darkness, so others may shine in the light. I think it is time that you contact your son and prompt him to sign a witch doctor contract. We can start that now, while everyone else is figuring out how to get in. Well, only if you want. I mean, you know.
So
I
yeah,
gesture over
I,
to Hope. Continue next.
So, oh yeah.
I was
you
just
guys
gonna
do your
say
thing.
that we're doing it. I'm communing with my son, and how's it going up there or some shit, you know. But yeah, we're
Father, I'm down here.
Have I told you about my son? Oh, you are my son.
Or I'd say, oh, that's right.
Okay, so you're signing the contract?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to decide whether you want to give up a spell slot equal to a level 2 spell slot. So either 2 level 1s or 1 level 2, or you have to take 2d6 of damage, and then you get a boon, either a +2 to strength, +2 to dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, which is pretty cool.
Fucking, I'll take the damage. To be honest with you, I don't want to give up the spell slots.
All right,
2d6, right?
I roll or you
2d6.
roll or Dave rolls?
Dude, I want to roll.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it.
So I just take
Damage to players? Give me that.
your hand and plunge my dagger through it and smear it all over this contract.
Hey.
And it hurts a lot. Then I headbutt you in the face. I think that's 9 points of damage worth.
Yes.
But you are connected with your son stronger than ever. A wisp from my cauldron flies into your nostrils, and your eyes roll back into your head, and you are standing in an abyssal plain with nothing but gray, primordial smoke with your son as you have last seen him in the flesh. And I think the rest is between you and Dave before you come back to consciousness. This is our 10-minute contract.
Awesome.
It's on. It's as dramatic as I'm gonna get tonight.
Well,
Nice.
that's happening. So, those bottles didn't work. Should we try?
I gesture over. It's like, lend me your knee to the fire one or the water one again.
All right. I set you down. I walk over to the other one. I kneel down and I pat it once more.
I just hop back up. And I rummage through my bag of holding for the alchemy drug and water. And I pop the cork and pour a little bit of water in that bowl.
Okay,
And
nothing
then-
happens.
And then I'm like, I need your knee one more time, Hope. And I gesture over to the fire one.
All right. I set Jorg down. I get up. I walk 5 feet over to the other one. Kneel and pat my...
And I produce some flame into the fire bowl.
Okay, the whatever the fluid was from the bottle was definitely ignitable. It was flammable, and there's a gentle, just like purple blue flame that's just like sitting above the fluid, and then you can see that the eyes of the gargoyle statue, they just fade and they go black, back to stone.
One other quick question. Everything that's just going on between Kashta and Orin, do we see like them? What do we take from that's going on?
I'd imagine we're a little too at least me and Jorg are a little too preoccupied running back and forth.
I was gonna say, I think Bliss and I are just watching all of you like, what the is going on? And I just look back at Bliss, and I just like kind of like shrug my shoulders.
Why did he
look at
just
Hope.
headbutt him?
I look at Hope and I need your knee.
Why's his head,
One more
why's
time,
his
friend.
head behind him? And why is Hope keep on kneeling down? Why doesn't he just take Jorgen? Of course, and then I'm talking to Bliss like a little bit louder. Of course, we needed fire in that bowl.
I want to look very sincere and like, Hope, I need your knee one more time, and like try and gesture him to the center of between the two bowls.
One last time.
Hey, workout in today.
And I hobble over and I like flee onto his knee and just pretty much like leapfrog or doing that frog jump over his head to get in front of him down the hallway.
So Jorg starts running down the hallway and safely starts walking down
Nice, I'd follow.
Follow him
Well,
down the hallway.
Yeah.
so that takes 10 minutes. Dave, how on sync are we? Did me and George?
I would say like all this between like the investigations, the unseen
Okay.
servant walking back and forth, you guys debating like whatever where this goes. I would say it's all within the same 10 minutes.
Okay.
Say Warren comes to just as everything's working.
All
What do you take for your boon, Orin?
What did you say it could be?
+2 to any of your main stats until I short rest. So whatever, I don't know.
Charisma.
Is that
Always charisma?
your
I've-
casting part though? Is that like
Yeah, I am a charisma caster, but
yeah?
I guess I should. Yeah, I guess 5. Now it's at 6. I have
Dice are
Plus
pretty
2.
good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dice are pretty good.
and I have 0 intelligence. Repeat, we have no intelligence.
All right, don't forget you have a +2, so add it when you roll for spellage.
That would end up being a +1 to your charisma checks. It would be a +1 to your. Yeah, it'd be a +1 to your spell save DCs. It's going to be a +1 to a lot of that stuff. That's awesome. So
Is it-
you guys,
Is it only +1? I thought it was +2.
no, you get a +2, but every
It's
even
one.
score is +1 to your score,
Gotcha.
like your your modifier. I mean.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you guys link back up, and you start going down the hallway, gingerly and tenderly walking down this hallway of crisp bone, and you round the corner, or you come to the corner, and you can see hallway continues. Hallway continues, but to your right is a heavily built wooden door wrought in iron bands.
Fuck.
I need everybody to make a stealth check.
Oh boy.
Mm.
Oh, what's up?
Whoa!
Nick, you also have advantage on all of your rolls that require charisma.
Charisma. Yep.
Ouch.
That's
So
Yeah. Wow.
Would stealth
no.
not require charisma?
look at how
Oh,
good looking, like quiet I
Got a
am.
nice natty one.
All right, Nick, it's up to you. We're gonna see because pretty polarized right now.
Wow. Right
Right
in the middle.
What a great tiebreaker.
Wait,
you
you
have
just
any
put it
stealth?
the modifiers on it not it yet. What are the modifiers?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
just click stealth on your character sheet.
Okay.
What's the Are you want to take the average?
Four and
Oh, he doesn't have any stealth modifier.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's the
okay.
11.
We'll take the first. Yeah, we'll take the 11. We'll take the 11. Okay.
Excellent.
So, as you guys round the corner, on the other side of the door, you can hear the sound of chair legs grinding against a wooden floor, as if somebody is standing up from or is ready to sit down to a table. And then you hear one set of footsteps, like walk over, and you can hear, oh, "We jumped the gun. Can't believe you." The other one says, you hear another voice saying, Perhaps we did jump the gun. A little. But, you know, this was the end goal after all. And seeing as that we have the key and able to take, anyway, I'm not going to bore you. So, why don't you, I have something to show you. And then, the doors open, and the guy stands up, and you hear now 2 sets of footsteps walk, and then, another door shut, and you hear rattling of chains, like, rattling of chains and like something, and then the door shut again, coming from inside.
Voices sound familiar to myself, Zula, and Yorgan.
It sounds similar,
Familiar.
familiar. Make a. I don't know what check that would be. Make an insight check.
Oof.
Nice.
You can't really jog. Your memory isn't quite jogged, but
But
you guys are at the door.
can I make an insight check?
No, I was gonna say, well,
Can
Nick, you weren't.
Ashley make an insight?
Yeah, I was gonna say you weren't there. I was though. Can I make an insight check? Am I able to?
Oh, you're serious? Oh, okay, wow. Go for it.
Oh, you. Orin, you weren't there. How would you?
I'm pretty sure I snuck perfectly and charismatically over there. So.
No, not in this situation. The vampire bar.
Yeah, the vampire bar. You weren't
Oh.
there,
Oh.
so you would know.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Well.
Can I
All
make
right,
an?
go ahead and make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said insight.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh shit.
nat 20.
So the
See, I
first
told you.
voice that was accusing the second person in the room, you're not familiar with. You've never heard that voice before. But that sly, snake-like, slow, deliberate voice, soft-spoken individual, is very familiar. And that person happens to be the tavern owner or the bartender at the vampire bar.
Nice.
So now that's what you're hearing from the other side of the door. Ahead of you is another hallway, and just down the hallway you can see a door at the end of the hallway, a similarly constructed door, a heavy door with iron bands in front of you, and then a second door to your right, which is built in the same fashion. 3 doors.
So,
Who's leading?
because we all heard the voices from the door, right?
South
Yes,
door,
you
right?
guys all-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another door on the same wall, a little farther down the hallway.
Yeah, just like whispering. I'm just using like a stage whisper right now, but
Yeah.
oh, we just gonna ignore this. So there's something about a key. He had mentioned they're missing the
And-
key.
No, Ulfirc is missing the key. That's the key they took.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I recognize one of the voices as well. When Bliss Jorgen and I were in the tavern with all the vampires, one of them in there sounds just like the barkeep at that tavern. I
Thought
can
that
recognize
voice was
the voice.
familiar.
Yeah, I think they're in cahoots somehow.
And how dangerous would you say that they are?
Well, if I did not purify our drinks, we would have probably all been vampires. They are not the friendliest kind, and thank goodness we were saved, because otherwise we would have had to, we would probably all be vampires right now.
They don't fall for the false teeth gag.
Well, in the bar, there was a good 10 plus vampires. In the room, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I just heard 2 people. And they seemed to storm out. I think this is where we should enter.
Jorg goes to the door to see if it's locked or not.
The door is unlocked.
Mm.
I'm behind
Well-
you. I get my blades out.
All right, you enter the room. You can see another door that is opened at the other end of the room, across, and then you can see hold on. You can see well, I want to see one thing. I want to make sure that. Okay, good. So you see a door at the other end of the hallway that is open, that opens to an office. And then there's like a sitting room with a table. There's appear to be raw meat, just like slabs of raw meat, just sitting on plates, and several goblets of thick viscous fluid, red fluid, that are sitting on this table. You can just hear rattling chains coming from the door to your, as you walk in, it would be to your left. Rattling chains and.
So on the map, it'd be to the right, correct?
Yes, on the map it would be to the right.
So, you said over here there was another door.
Yep.
Can I stand in the doorway of this door so I don't miss anything that happens in the room, and
Yeah,
send my
absolutely.
unseen servant down to the other door?
Sure. So the unseen servant walks down, and you hear him like trying to shake the door, and the door's locked.
Yor grabs a piece of the meat from the table, and just like holding on to it.
And then I say to the group, like in a whisper, "This is exactly what they try to give us at the bar. This," and I pick up the glass and I go, "This is what they try to have us drink."
I want to send the unseen servant in the direction of the chain rattling.
I was gonna say, like I'd motion towards everyone to like come behind me. Like, I'll go in first.
As you go up to the door, there's like a barred, like small little window, and you can see that there is a zombie that is chained to the floor, like standing up, and he has chains on his wrists that are bolted to the floor.
I want to see that shit.
Throw him a piece of the meat.
Oh my god.
All right.
Savage.
So on 3, I'm running in. Are you?
To the zombie room.
That's where. I mean, are we able to see
Is
the
it just
entirety
on
of
the
the
cell?
room?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, you're looking through it
Oh.
now. You're able to look through the
For,
bars.
like,
and the window you
sorry,
walk.
I thought they had gone into this and were like in the corner talking somewhere.
No. So you don't know where they went.
Okay.
The suspected vampires. You don't know where they went.
So, thank you for pointing that out, Costa. Anyways, onwards.
To the zombie room.
No. Like I'm saying, thank you for pointing it out that there's only a zombie in there.
I'm down to still go in that room.
Yo, Costa, you're giving me mixed messages right now. Where?
I think we gotta find the vampires first.
Thank you, Bliss.
We only have limited amount of time,
Is the
and
door
before
unlocked?
they can group up with more.
The door is
this door's
unlocked.
open.
It's actually open. It's open.
Yeah.
It's wide open.
The zombie door is wide open?
No, this.
No,
door.
the zombie door
Yeah.
you're looking through. You're looking through a window that's barred.
Right, but it's not open.
It's not open.
All right. Okay.
Imagine.
Alright, I'm going in.
I'm going in also.
So you go in. There's an empty office. A very exquisite looking
guess.
office with a lit fireplace. Bearskin rug with a coffee table. There's a desk with a mirror. Like a brazier of more like that red viscous fluid. Above the fireplace, you can't help but notice a ornately decorated and hung longsword. And along the shelves to the right and the left are flowers. And there's a chest across from the door.
The chest.
Just be careful what you touch. You might all be trapped.
By the way, Costa, Liz had mentioned something about a note.
Oh, this, and I flourish it from my sleeve. Can you read this?
Can I read that? Infernal Dwarvish and whatchamacallit, common.
So you look at it. It's written in Dwarvish.
Let's
And
go.
it's basically just a catalog of all of the treasure that's supposed to be in this offering room.
Ooh, and to the amount are there any pretty things that I recognize, or
A lot of it is just like copper, silver pieces, like with people's names on it, like all donations. It seems to be like a ledger of
okay.
donations, and some of the ones are like sacks of flour, sacks of oats. Um, there's a couple of gold pieces in there, necklaces, things like that. But it's going to take a while to get through everything.
Fair enough. I'll hand it back to Kasha. Looks like a ledger for the offering room.
Was there any writing on the pentagram, or was it just a pentagram?
It was just a pentagram,
Oh,
as if somebody was like.
Could I make a religion check to see what kind of, like, I don't know, it's been marked. Is there a creature that I would know of that can be summoned by, like, gold? Like a gold offering? Like, why is there a pentagram on the paper? Like,
You can, go ahead and make a religion check.
dang, nat 20.
dang!
All right.
2 in a row.
Cool.
Whoa.
So, this is something that appears to be definitely fiendish in nature. It's definitely more. You understand this to be a marking of some sort of devil. It's from what you can tell, it was placed there as almost like a calling card, and almost to be cocky, like haha, like this is my stamp, this is my mark,
Yeah.
this is what I'm taking, this is what I'm going for. There's nothing you can do to stop me. It's kind of like that.
Do I know of a cocky like fiend who has a history of doing this? No. Does it resemble any symbols in the pentagram or to what we saw before?
You know that, so you know what questions you need to ask about identifying where this came from or who put it here. But you're gonna have to find somebody who knows a little bit more than you.
Okay.
What are you looking for? History or
I think it's religion, but
religion?
So
I mean, we'll just have to, I don't know, talk to somebody else, or we'll
Yeah.
figure out what it is soon enough.
One
But
at a time.
Yeah.
be careful,
Only
There was
guys.
someone,
Yeah.
only there was someone super
Um,
religious around you that you could ask.
I just rolled a nat 20 on it, and I have a 5. What do you have?
A nat 20 is not an auto success.
Right. But I
Yeah.
have a 5, so like I don't know what. Okay, Lauren, what do you make of this? And
I have no idea.
Okay, perfect.
Very crazy though. We got like a 26 or something. That'd be great.
Can I make an investigation over by these flowers over here to see what kind they are and if they're the kind that I need?
Sure. What kind of flowers are you looking for?
I am looking for the moonflower.
Moonflower. Go ahead and make your nature check. These do, in fact, happen to be moonflowers.
Yes. Can I take a bushel that won't seem like anything was taken in this room?
Sure. Sure. Let's just say you're able to.
Like pick like from the middle and stuff, like
Yeah.
kind of like.
Let's just say you're able to get like 5 like whole flowers, like the stem, the leaves, everything.
Yes, and I put them in my bag. Perfect.
So,
Thank you.
anybody else?
The chest.
All right. So you approach the chest. Chest is unlocked.
Nope.
What's inside?
Folded blankets, some fine slippers.
Nice.
Oh.
Worth a fortune.
What a drag.
Isn't
There's no other exits in the room?
well,
No other exits.
I was gonna say, is anyone? I mean, there's a sword up there. I say it kind of loudly. Anyone looking for a long sword?
So you all look up and you can see that there's this ornately crafted longsword that has a faint emerald shimmer to its blade.
Ooh.
Would, given my background as a smith and everything, could I make some sort of roll to see, like, as I walk towards it and inspect it? I don't want to pull it down, but I don't mind like laying my hands on it.
So you look and you're like, huh. Like you've heard of, cold iron forged blades. You've heard of silvered blades, and you're like, oh, that has a similar shimmer that adamantine armor has. Very, very familiar to you. Like this is like usually armor's made of made of adamantine, has that same shimmer to it, and it's not commonly made for weapons, but it's piqued your interest.
I'd call over Bliss, and I'd say, "It's a fine-looking blade up there. It's pretty incredible make, pretty valuable. But as Kasha said, I'm nervous about this room. We did hear people walk in here, and yet there's no one here.
I mean, if it's anything like the bookshelf, we gotta find another way out and find the vampires.
In due time, but this sword is remarkable. I was wondering if I could solicit your services to maybe check for traps or see if there's anything odd surrounding the sword.
In Elvish, I would, because I assume I would overhear this, I would just say to my friend Bliss, you should charge him a clock.
I'm gonna repeat back in Novish that Elvish that I'm not as not as greedy as the short one over there, and I'm gonna look at Jorg and look back at Kashta, and then I'll look back at Hope, being like, "I got you."
I'm gonna laugh.
And then I'm gonna inspect for some traps, looking, beyond the blade, what it's resting on, looking more into the stone and stuff like that.
Okay. As far as you can tell, it is just appears to be sitting on a pair of hooks that are screwed into or nailed into a wooden mantle. There to be no traps.
I'm gonna lift it up and then toss it right over to Hope.
You lift it up
I'd
off
be
the
like,
hooks,
grab
and
it.
you throw this incredibly sharp sword over to.
Dude,
I'd like to
that's
think I've
so
handled
funny.
blades enough to.
You kind of like reach out, and you're like, oh, like you grab
Yeah.
it, like just like, oh, and
Yeah.
nothing bad happens.
Dude, that's so funny. Like, hey, Rogue, can you, get this for me? And he's like, yeah, sure. Here you go.
Yeah, I'd like to like grab it and just like play around with it for a little bit to like get its weight, feel the swing and everything. And although I did away with my sheath, I'd probably tuck it in between like my bag or whatever and have it just like sticking out.
Before you put it away, I would, Loreno, you should practice on the couch. You know, give it a little stab or a slice.
No, it's a nice couch though.
Fuck yo, couch. Speaking of couches, I'm gonna check underneath the couch again, just for gigs.
There's nothing under the couch.
While
they're
he's down
cleaner.
there, that's when I'd like to go in for my slash.
Nice.
Like as he's like as I see him like bend down over the other side, I'd like to think that like I'm over, or yeah, I could be over here and he could be bending down. And just going for a nice slash on it.
All right, if it just feels elegant in your hand, it has great rebound. It's easy to handle, and it is. You've heard like rumors of expert smiths, expert dwarven smiths, that are able to achieve making weapons out of adamantine. So, what you have is basically a +1 longsword that's made out of adamantine. So
Nice.
And one
Nice.
additional benefit would be if you crit, you're able to crit on a 19 and a
Nice.
There you go.
What's it do to the couch while I'm staring at the couch?
You just see this blaze just like embed itself almost to the floor as you like look up and the springs boing like just shoot up and like goose feathers just like fly out of everywhere and you're just like, oh shh.
I'm delighted.
Yeah, I just want to
Delighted.
kind of like wield it and like put it back and look at Cash and be like, "You're right. Practice on the couch was a good idea."
I'm pumped for you.
Nice.
Shall we check out the zombie room?
I was gonna say, I was gonna look over. Did we inspect this mirror and this vial already?
So it's just basically a bowl of blood, what you believe. And the mirror, it's a hand mirror, and it is finely crafted, and the pane of glass, so the back of the glass is silvered, is it's mesmerizing.
It's silvered?
The back of the mirror is like silvered, like the back of the pane, like when you. It's a silvered mirror, so like on the back of it, like what makes
Polished.
a mirror reflective. Yeah, what makes a mirror is like on the back of it is like I think it's silver, like silver or some other silvery kind of substance, mercury or something like that.
I don't know.
Why would
anyway.
an empire require a mirror? Why would someone does not have a reflection need something reflective?
Maybe it looks deeper than the surface. You should be careful with that.
Damn, can I roll like a insight check on like how deep this mirror goes? Or is that just like straight?
Or your
So
son
tell me,
shows up.
so how are you manipulating this mirror? Are you picking it up, or are you just looking down
I'm
into it, or are you holding
looking
it?
into it. I'm looking very hardcore into it.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Fuck's sake.
+1 with advantage. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
You almost feel like you're standing still, but you almost have like vertigo, where like you feel like you're falling towards the mirror, but you snap yourself out of it, and you kind of just like set it back down.
Damn, dude.
Can I walk over and put a piece of cloth on the mirror and Gandalf it into my bag?
Absolutely.
Like when he takes the thing from Pippin?
Fool of a took.
Fool of a took!
Absolutely.
Nice.
Keep it secret.
And Jorg wanted to see the zombie room, right?
Oh yeah. No, I'm more gesturing to the groups like that's where the voices led to, or said they were looking for.
Is there a key in this desk or something? Is there like a key in the desk? Is there a key in the room at all? Can we search the
I'm
room?
pretty sure the card shark can manipulate the door.
We'll just say,
Yeah.
just for the sake of time, you're perusing the room, and then yes, in the desk drawer you do find a key. Several keys, actually.
Also gathered, pocketed, tossed to the card shark, if you will.
I'll take those keys.
So you see this zombie that has the chains like on the floor, bolted to the floor. There's a pentagram, like almost like an inlay in the floor, like a metal inlay in the floor. And then in the far corner of the room, if you're looking through the hole in the window, you can see that there's a trapdoor, and the zombie is like just like gnashing and slashing away as you're like walking up to the door.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
I'm gonna figure out which one of those keys opens the door.
You try a couple of the keys, and sure enough, one of them opens it up, and door slides open.
Alright.
Going in.
Yeah, I don't use the adamantine longsword just yet, but I take out last words and echo.
I throw a
once more.
piece of that raw meat in the back corner of the room.
Yep.
I have my club,
So,
my great club out just in case.
gotcha. So, Lil Yorg is holding this meat. Everybody is in line, waiting to go. What happens next? Does anybody want to make a move?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah, I just want to toss that meat to the corner of the room.
So, Yorg tosses this meat that just, eerily similar to like a deltoid or something. And the zombie just like kind of like is reaching over and like pulling the chains. Like the chains are long enough where it can walk. And it goes down and it squats down into the corner and it's just eating this.
And I'm gonna run to the trapdoor.
While it's eating, can I take out the silver steak and coat it with one of the vials of holy water and stab it in the rotten part of the skull?
Sure. So so it's sitting there. We'll do a surprise round. Essentially, it's going to be an auto kill. But yeah. So make your attack roll. Just
Also, I was gonna say, is there an actual room here? Because I can't see.
Yeah, I can't see. It's all dark.
I can see stuff.
Yeah, it's a room, guys.
I'll try replacing my piece.
Yeah.
The silver spike
because there's no light in there. The people that can see all have dark vision.
Oh,
If you
Yo,
take
I
your
got
torches
dark
out.
vision.
I
Alright,
do not.
well, I didn't know you had dark vision, so I'll change your token later.
So
Just use the token that says Loreno with torch, and you'll be able to see.
So for an attack roll, you said if I recall right, you said it does the same as a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick. What are you doing, Nick? Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to put Orin with torch on the thing.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Oh man,
I can't see anything, dude. What
what day is it?
Well,
October?
there's no
Yeah.
light in that room. There's no light in that room, so
Okay.
Won't let me.
You can't just take a torch out or what?
don't worry, guys. It's a 4x3 room with a trapdoor and a zombie.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay. If it was just that, then fine.
But what is the
So-
floor made out of?
Right. Does the 13 hit the zombie?
Yes, it hits it, and you just plunge this. Just stops and dead weight falls into the corner of the room.
Does it have anything in its nasty little pockets?
It has nothing in its pockets.
Does the pentagram have anything on it that I would recognize, particularly language?
Nothing of language, but it's the same symbol that was in blood on the note on the ledger or whatever. But it's inlaid into the floor. As for the trapdoor, Jorg, you wanted to try the trapdoor?
York tries the trapdoor.
It is not budging. There are no keyholes or visible locks. It appears to be barred from the inside.
Can I scratch out a piece of the pentagram with the silver spike so it's not complete?
Sure.
Okay. Unpentagrammed. And then I'll spit as an old witch doctor superstition.
All right. So what are you guys doing now?
Orin takes out his hand axe and goes, "Fuck your trapdoor!" and just buries it right in the wood.
There's something about this. It almost like bounces off.
Oh, that didn't work.
Ouch.
Standing in the center of the room where the pentagram is does nothing to the trapdoor.
Nothing.
Hmm.
Well,
I do want to try
Yeah.
something with the adamantine weapon. Seeing Orin attack it, I also want to attack it, seeing how it messed up the couch.
All right. You hit it. Boom.
Okay.
It bounces
Okay,
off.
thank you,
Almost like if it's hitting something just above, like a film just above the trapdoor.
Must be protected by something. Kasha, Jorg, what do you make of it?
Make that it is a blocked path. And the only items available to us seem to be the mirror and the blood in the other room. If that does not open the door, we should abandon the door and try the one in the hall. And then I would pull out the mirror and, holding it with that piece of cloth, shine it over the pentagram, so the pentagram is shining into the mirror.
Nothing appears to happen.
No.
Visually, but you can just hear like screams, like people just like in agony, just screaming, their voices calling out from the mirror.
Only
It's
I.
like god awful. No,
Only-
everybody. It's just like it's like piercing, just like multiple people just like screaming for their lives coming from this mirror.
All right. Quickly back into the bag.
neat.
No, nothing happened to the door.
You're keeping
No.
that.
Well, if it is horrified by a pentagram, I might. The gnome might know what it is. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy with the cat.
Norm.
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 Yep.
Norm the gnome.
Jorg, do you know of any way to get around this?
It seems to have some sort of mechanical or magical protection, and I'm not quite
Magic
sure how
wasn't
it works.
real.
Magic is not real, but there's something here I just can't explain.
Man of science, unwilling to broaden his horizons.
So what are you guys doing now?
Oh,
Um,
I guess
you're
this
going through the other door.
door in the
Yeah.
wall.
yeah.
Dented my axe.
Whoa, that's a long amount.
It's just all
Oh.
dark.
Yeah, it's all
Where do
dark.
you want us to click our tokens?
Yeah.
I'm throwing them in there right now.
Nice.
Oh.
Wow, that door looks good.
That's you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Can't see shit.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. I'm just-
Hurry up.
All right. Again, it's another door that has a barred window in the top, and you can look down the hallway and you can see that it's a long hallway with several doors, like almost like a cell block. And just beyond the door is a 30-foot drop with spikes at the bottom.
Probably Right.
Does anyone want to try the other door?
There's
Um,
there's another door.
There's a door
Right.
right
Is
here.
this not?
Yeah.
Yeah, to the right.
yeah, I'm willing to try the other door. Maybe it's a little bit
I'm
bigger.
gonna check the door on the right, see if it's unlocked or not.
You
also have
notice
those keys.
that the door to the right has the same shimmering, like film-like effect that the trapdoor did.
Oh no.
Lovely.
Well, guess that leaves one way.
Hmm.
Can I make a check to try to see what type of magic this is, or if I recognize the magic protecting the door?
Make a Arcana check.
Anybody proficient in Arcana? That would
I actually am.
Oh,
Yes.
very
So
persistent.
I will. Yeah.
+7.
so make
I
it
have
at
a
an
thing.
advantage.
Yep, make it an advantage if someone is helping you that's proficient.
13.
You know this is abjuration magic.
Yeah, I communicate that to the group so everyone knows. That's all. I don't know. It looks like we have to go through the other door or back out of this joint.
Hmm.
Is the other door open with the spikes?
The door
It
is
is.
locked, but it has an ordinary key.
How far
I will-
down are these spike pits? Did you say?
30
30
feet.
feet.
And how
I
far?
have-
You said how far across?
They're about 15 feet across.
I have 50 feet of hempen rope, which can climb down to the spikes and navigate around there.
It's true.
I think it's a trap.
I was once a fair to middling lumberer and dealt with my fair share of ravines.
I'll open the door with the key.
I
Fine.
have a javelin. If anyone
cycle-
wants to do
You
that.
cycle through a couple of the keys. The door opens inwards towards the trap.
I'm not going first.
It's got the best way
So,
of getting around this.
looking down into this pit, Orin's suggestion, does that look realistic? Like, how far spaced are these spikes? Does it look safe to, like,
To go
step
down.
down at the bottom? And,
It would be very
navigate?
difficult to. It wouldn't be impossible, but it would be definitely.
Okay.
It would be difficult.
What's on the other side?
We
Is it
just
even
take
worth?
the hinges off the door and lay it down across the pit.
Yeah, this is a very large door.
I could misty step across the other side, but there has to be something on the other side, like worth going to.
Yeah. No, I could.
Ah.
Yeah,
So,
I have that
I
too.
like
It's a
Jorgen's
long-
idea. I like Jorgen's idea with the door. I think that's a good idea. How big is the door?
The door is actually it might work with at least laying it flat over the spikes, where you guys can jump down to it and then jump over. It's not a bad idea.
I think that's very
we
good.
could use our
I also
rope
have a
to-
javelin.
Yeah.
I have a javelin if anyone wants to try to jump it.
What's on the other side of the pit?
So on the other side of the pit is a wooden floor, and then down the hallway there are across from each other. There's appear to be like cells across from each other, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. Then at the end of the hallway, there is another pit, and then there is a room full of treasure. Appears to be treasure, and then a chest.
Beavis.
Like discarded. It looks like almost like discarded arms and armor, like as if whatever personal items somebody had going to the cell blocks they removed from the person, just threw it in the room at the end of the hallway.
So who wants to
how
help
many?
unhinge this door?
Well, how many cell blocks did you say again?
There are, what did I say, 5 pairs? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 pairs.
And do we where we're standing now? Do we hear anything? Like if anyone is still in these cell blocks?
Make a perception check.
13.
You hear like moaning, like zombie moaning, and chains rattling, and then you do hear something else. Hold on 1 second. Far down the hallway, you hear. Where is it?
Sounds like some crunchables.
And some frog noise.
Oh.
Do I is it bullywug speech?
Hold on. I don't know. Is it?
It sounds that way. I would call out in bullywug.
Are you wearing your cape?
I am.
Okay. You hear. And then you hear. Is that. Help me.
Who do I have the pleasure of addressing?
It's a babu.
It's the witch doctor, right?
The frog witch doctor.
Oh, snap. We gotta go now.
Mm.
Damn, bro.
I'd say
Out for the undead. The undead in the cells to your left. I don't know how many, but they fed my people to the undead.
Were you conscious when you came to this place? How did you cross the spikes?
I was beaten and carried. I awoke to my family and people being fed to the zombies. I am currently chained up in one of the cells.
Do you think if I summoned one of the frogs from the cloak that it would what's the jump on the frog again? Would it be able to make the gap efficiently with a passenger multiple times?
Dude, you're gonna waste a frog on that when we just use the
It's
door?
just a frog. It saves
has
time,
a-
baby.
I was gonna say at this time too.
That's a
Zula,
20-foot jump.
So it can cross
Can has a 20-foot jump.
with a passenger. It wouldn't be hindered.
It is medium sized, so it would only be able to carry Yorig.
Oof.
I'd like to talk to Zula. I think I have a way to get across, but it's gonna require your javelin.
Okay, and I hand it to Hope. What are you thinking about?
I start taking out kind of like my ebon rope and start tying it to it, and saying, "I'm gonna leap to the other side, and I'm gonna plant this, and we're gonna climb across or shimmy across, if we can."
Do you think this rope will hold everyone?
I think one at a time at least.
I think maybe if we put the door on the spikes underneath the rope, just in case someone falls, that might not be a bad idea either. I don't know how confident I would be on landing on a door, but might save your life.
Well, you can climb down using Orin's rope, and then I can leap across and plant the other so you all can climb up.
Dave, you said it was like treacherous down there, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like they're jagged. They're like at various spacings at the bottom. They're at different angles.
I was saying
Should
if
we
you put
just
if you
throw-
put the table down there, because it's a 30-foot drop, I'd imagine that might break the table. if
the
you
door.
jump on it.
Yeah, but
you
if the
probably
spikes
would.
are like 20 feet high, that just means
The
it's only a
spikes
10-foot
are
drop.
only maybe like 4 or 5 feet high.
Yeah, so
How how like long is the table? Like, is it gonna drop or like
It's
is
a
it?
door, not a table, and it's
I
a
said, did I say door or Nick said table? Did I say door?
I don't know
Whatever
Nick
Nick
what.
said
said.
table,
How
he said table.
how? I know you said that it's a big door. Approximately how long is it? Is it like a way that we can like hinge it or no? There's
it
like
is
it
it
wouldn't
is
like go
a
down.
very large door. It's maybe we'll call it just for the sake of the map because I mean we'll say it's 15 by 15 big square door. We'll just call it like that.
Okay,
How
so
big are the hinges? Is pretty big if it's a
Oh yeah, it's like each hinge is about the size of a human forearm. They're
is there any
large.
way between a smith and a tinkerer that we could take the hinges off and peg them on each end and
make
use
like
that to grab the stone on each side and support
yeah.
the door in the middle? You know what I mean? So it's like pegged out, so all the weight is
Yeah.
sitting on the iron in the door, like a bridge.
I was
Or it
thinking the
doesn't just
same thing, Kasha.
fall right in the hole.
Yeah.
It's got like feet to grab.
Fair. I'd take out my smithing kit and hammer and or like some sort of chisel to pop out the hinge.
Yep.
What
So the
type
door
of check
begins to
would that be?
loosen. We'll just say it's not really going to be a check
Okay.
because it's something simple. You know, you're just using your tools to knock out a pin out of a hinge.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's ready. They're bracing to kind of like catch the door. Um, you pull out the last pin, and the door like falls to the ground. Everybody's holding it upright. So you're pushing it flat, or how are you guys doing this?
We should lay it flat first and then consult with Orin, who is the woodworker, on the best place to put the pins for weight distribution to make it the
Well-
safest bridge possible.
If we just drop it at an angle, it'll reach across the hole, and there's no need to pin it down. You just walk across the door.
I thought the opening was exactly 15 feet, and so
yeah,
is
the opening
door.
is exactly 15 feet, but if you shift it at an angle, the angle's longer than 15 feet, so it's not going to fall through the
He's
hole.
right.
Like,
He's
we're
made a
making this
bridge.
simple thing so complicated.
He is a scientist.
Who doesn't believe in magic?
Who you are too lazy to figure out the science reasoning behind what's going on in the
Oh,
world.
that gnome.
So what are you guys doing?
Putting the door
Following
in the-
Yorick's idea.
Yeah.
So
Weird
I,
science bitch
Alright.
thing.
Yorg turns the door. Well, directs you guys to turn the door at an angle where it's
Pivot.
resting. Yep. You
Pivot.
pivot it. You lay it
Pivot.
down flat, and there's just enough space where it covers most of the hole, and you guys can safely walk across where it's like pinned across, or it can or like think of like I'm trying to think if I'm picturing this right. If so, you're Dylan, you're turning this like counterclockwise, and it's sitting at an angle, right? Or you?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
rotated
here's a
the
door, and you shift
clockwise
it that
about
way.
45 degrees.
Exactly. Okay, gotcha. So you're able to get across. You find your stable purchase on the ground after the pit. You notice that there's a cell to your right that is open, dried blood on the floor, and you have a door, no windows on the opposite side that you hear zombies, what you can assume to be zombies gnashing away.
Damn, bro. What's going on over here?
Blood.
I would make my way straight to the cell with a babu in it.
All right. As you go down, this is the next cell on your right is going to be another open cell with dried blood. Apparent zombies locked in the one across from it. You keep on going down. There's body bags that are just like wrapped up, stacked in the different rooms, and then you go down even farther, and you can see through through the door that is it's shut, but it has a window to it. A babu is sitting, beaten and chained on the floor. There's an open door across from it with a chair and dried blood. and then there are 2 other cells in the bottom that are the doors are open, filled with dried blood, and a babu is just you can see that his face is just beaten. His one of his arms appears to be broken. He's just sitting in a pile of a pool of his of blood, and it appears that he's been there for at least a few hours. Enough where his wounds are becoming like tacky and they're just kind of sticking together, like it's the very early process of healing.
Would you try the keys on the door to Bliss?
You want to let him out?
Yes,
The guy
I
who
do.
still wants to eat us?
He's very powerful and a life for a life. We know this is the way with the bullywug, and this is saving his life.
All right.
Bro, you
I'll,
guys are like
go through
Suicide Squad with him.
all the keys.
Callous.
All right, you try the keys,
Very
and one
callous.
of them opens up the door, and there's a babu. He looks up, and if a frog could smile, he'd be smiling.
It's the best way that. Oh, go ahead.
He says, "We must leave this place."
Can you walk on your own?
And he's still chained,
Oh,
and one of his arms is broken. He goes to stand up, and you can see he is just very. He's probably going to He's going to need to be carried.
I'll do it. Orin picks up little frog man. Carries him on his back.
All
Do
right.
any of the
so you
keys
kinda-
open up the chains, or the chains?
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say to
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
ask.
yeah. The keys unlock the chains.
Come here, frog person. It's okay. You are with Orin, free winter now.
And
hey,
you
ride
just-
on my friend.
That's all the Orin can understand, and he just kind of like grasps on, and he's kind of just like holding onto your shirt, and his hands like shaking.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure, like, he doesn't wound his arm anymore. I'm gonna, like, hold him how I can.
Does anyone have anything that we can wrap his arm with, so it can be like a stint? You know. Does
I have
anyone cloth?
no, I don't have cloth. I have a piece of a bedroll.
I have common clothes. I can take a shirt and I like hand it to you. And does anyone have anything that can like sit there so that we can wrap it up so
I
that
got
you don't
some
have to like,
fishing line.
I'm proficient in medicine. We might be able to stitch the wounds closed, clean them, stitch them closed, and then put on a splint.
So, you guys take the time to put his arm in a makeshift sling, and dab his wounds, cleaned up his wounds. He has a sip of water, clears his throat, and it appears that he's got his footing. And it's like he tells you, Kashta, I want to give. Basically, he says, I want to give it a try to walk.
Very well.
Be right back.
Can he walk?
Yeah, he's stumbling at a slow pace, but just the time that you guys took to clean him up and wrap his arm and kind of clean him up a little bit. He's giving it his all to follow behind.
Can I use my unseen servant to help aid him quicker and quieter?
How long does that
Does-
last for?
At 1 hour.
1 hour, yeah. So yeah, I would say so. Kind of like hold him up under his arm. So yeah, he's moving a lot faster.
Okay.
nice.
All right. So what are
And
you
then
guys doing next?
It's up to you guys.
It seems the vampires have escaped. Where else can we go?
Well, we
Well-
can go forward there. You don't know what's around through those doors down there.
It looks
I'm-
shiny.
We gotta grab the door again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should off these zombies too. Quietly, one by one.
Did anybody else see those body bags?
I did not know.
I did. Concerning.
So who's grabbing the door?
Sick.
I can go over and grab the door.
We'll stay with
Yeah,
the
I'll
frog.
help, I'll help to grab the door.
So you guys bring the door over, and I'm assuming you're trying to put it over the next
The spikes, yeah.
next type spikes. Okay.
Yep.
Similar fashion, same fashion.
Yep.
Same thing.
Before-
Tried and true.
Before we cross, I want to say to Kasha, if we're dealing with zombies and there's people in body bags, that might be a big concern, won't it?
It is a big concern, yes, but I'm not sure what you're referring to. For us? Or for this town?
Just saying, if it's between our lives here and those corpses becoming the undead,
Then we are probably relatively safe on the other side of spikes.
I was going to say those corpses might deserve a proper burial. We could burn them.
Is there... We could throw them in the pit and burn them.
When we leave,
I would help you.
Alright, and then I'll
What are you
let him
guys doing?
across.
All right.
Going
So
across.
who's going across first?
I'll,
Alright.
I'll take
It's
that.
like listed.
All right. Stop. Bliss,
Yeah?
as you cross, you fall directly down.
Directly down
Fall.
to.
You pass through a false floor. An illusion breaks. The illusion of a floor, and you fall 30 feet down into this mucky pit. You take.
Does
Damn.
the
Three
illusion
Would the
break.
door? Whoa.
Wouldn't that
Would the
wouldn't the
door?
break?
Yeah. Wouldn't the door
Yeah.
break the
Not
illusion?
go on. Like going on.
So- Is the door going where? Like down?
So if the door's still at that same angle, wouldn't
Yeah.
the door touching the floor break the illusion?
No. It's at the same level as the floor.
No. How?
So wouldn't the door not stay level because
Yeah.
it's an imaginary... Like when we went to go place the door, wouldn't maybe not break the
would-
illusion, but pass through and fall down to the
Technically,
spike?
where Mike's character is
The-
standing right now
The
is where.
spike trap right here is also another illusion of a spike trap. It's floor. It's all illusion. It's a trap.
Right, but then that's what we're asking. Then how?
Okay, so the door's resting on a floor because it's not a spike trap.
It's
Okay.
not a spike trap.
But then when it lies straight and not diagonal,
Just let
like
us.
how.
Just let him kill us.
I'm just saying, like, wouldn't
So
it be?
the spike trap, right, is an illusion of a hole with spikes, right? You laid down the floor on top of that, which is or the door on top of the floor, which laid flat. Mike crossed, stepping off the end, passing through the illusion and falling 30 feet down, taking 12 points of fall damage.
Okay.
12
Got
points.
it. Don't worry.
I'm gonna have
So,
a good berry.
does the illusion break,
Yes.
or did we just see
The
him
illusion
fall
is
first?
the illusion. Nope, the illusion is broken now.
Okay,
You
so
just
we
see it
can-
kind of just like just break.
If this
falls.
is, I run across the door and look down. Bliss, you all right?
Out of the muck stands this grotesque, stitched together monstrosity of just body parts that are just sewn together, and he just pulls himself out of the muck and just.
Pass down the rope. Pass down the rope.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Nice.
Nice.
Damn, bro.
Nice.
All right.
Cliff hunged.
Bliss always falling into shit.
What do you guys think?
bad.
How was that?
That was really good.
Yeah.
Damn.
I really
So-
want to know what would have happened to us with the gargoyle.
Oh, so a 60-foot long, 15-foot wide column of flames would have shot down the hallway.
Figured
You
that would
guys
have
would have
happened.
taken. Yep, you guys would have taken 3d6 fire damage.
Oh,
Eesh.
wonderful.
So,
So-
was it just because he lit the bowl on fire?
So the red fluid was like a type of oil, like a red oil, that needed to be lit on fire, and then the blue substance was it was just a blue bottle. It was just water that you guys filled in there. So water and then oil, and then light the oil on fire.
Oh, I didn't even need to put
Okay.
water in the blue bowl. That's fine.
And then as for the trap, what triggered the trap was anything with a heartbeat would have triggered the trap.
Ah.
That.
Unseen
That's
servant.
cool.
I want to know what would have happened if we didn't go through this trap door.
What the one in the office?
Yeah.
You guys would have gone someplace else, which I'm sure that'll be next session.
Yeah, we went to the temple.
We would have saved the town by now.
Yep.
Did
You
what
guys,
you
you
already
guys would have
gassed.
won. So, all right, let's go around. We'll start with Nick this time. Palmer, we never start with you first.
Oh man, it's a lot of pressure. Yeah, basically, like, you know, zombies are, you know, they're, as far as enemies go, they're easy to kill. But where you have your problem with zombies, you see, is the sheer overwhelming of numbers. So we're gonna have a bit of a problem here with dealing with this. I don't know what kind of shit these town folk are on, but like they've had some wool pulled over their eyes when it comes to this, the whatever's going on under here. But yeah, I liked that. Again, we have a good bit of balance of role playing and some good problem solving, which is the stuff that strengthens neural pathways in the brain and helps prevent dementia and Alzheimer's. So.
And make some tastier for zombies too.
Exactly.
What about you, Ash?
Yeah, no, it was great to be back. And it was just a great time. I kind of enjoyed, like how Nick was saying, like the role play was great today, and like really like the problem solving, and finding things that like we needed was really helpful as well.
What about you, Dill?
I am so glad that the people downstairs were the same vampires at the bar, and there's not like multiple storylines going on with this town. So I am so glad we just have to really focus on like one thing versus like, oh shit, this is something completely different than
Not,
the vampires.
not like last campaign when we had like 3 different things going
Yeah,
on. And
that's
we're like,
like,
fuck.
How do I keep track?
Oh no, the worm!
Do them all. That's what I say. Give me all the
So I don't know what you guys want from me. I give you an open world, you guys bitch and moan. I put you on a railroad, you guys bitch and moan. I don't know what you guys want.
You do a trapdoor?
It's Scrodinger
Yeah,
as
we-
the
Exactly. It's either. You're right. Exactly. What about you, Mike?
Yeah. Now, like, we're in episode 9, and like in this episode, like every action definitely has a reaction. We have to be more careful with what we're doing. There's like more traps set. There's things we have to figure out within each room. So there's a lot more investigation going on than we ever seen ever before. So that's really interesting. And then, yeah, just to talk about what Nick was saying, like, what the hell is going on in this town? Why, like, are they just glazed over and fucking not paying attention? It almost feels like the town in Hot Fuzz, where they deem everything an accident. Oh, there's the perfect town. Everything's been fine for 600 years. And now all hell breaks loose.
Those
But
are
yeah.
all vampires, everybody.
Yeah, it's cool.
What about you, Tim?
you know I love puzzles, and figuring out like puzzles and traps is like really fun for me, and I love how we solved the gargoyle one nice and easy, and then oh, is the sword bug? No, it's not. Here, yeah, I'll fetch that for you. Here you go, buddy. And then we put the door over the first set of spikes. It's like, we're making this too complicated. Just put the fucking door over it. And we put the door over it, and then the second one's like, psych. You know what I mean? It's like it just you got to be on your toes at all times. And I love that. The role play was fire. I really like the contract between Nicholas and I hope that extra charisma bonus and advantage really comes up with this stitched together Frankenstein creature.
You shall taste my snowballs.
That, and I'm worried about getting trapped in there with that thing, and then the other zombies coming down the hallway. Like, a nice big sandwich is not where no, I really want
We'll
to,
see.
die.
Well, and also the fact that like we haven't had a long
God
rest,
damn it, Tim.
so we're like,
I'm always thinking, man.
I know. Well, nobody watches the end of these things anyways, hopefully, so.
Well, if it is a
So-
bloody mess, I'm gonna have a nice backup character.
Do you know what's funny? Because I'm horrible at traps, absolutely horrible at traps. Like I like the occasional puzzle, and you guys know me. I like the moral stuff and the interactions between the NPCs and narratively telling a story through conversation. Like it's not like I'm just like, all right, well, a long time ago there was this town that no, I'd like to bring you guys to the town and you guys learn about it by talking to people and exploring the town. But I was watching some video. What the hell? I'd give them credit for it if I remember the channel on YouTube, and it was like the top 10 traps, and one of them was like the pit trap, and I'm like, the pit trap? I'm like, what? Just like leaves over a pit trap? And they're like, no, the pit trap, but the pit trap that is after the fake pit trap. It's like so you know what I mean? Where it's like you have a pit trap which is like, oh, it's 10 by 10, and then like that one's the illusion where it's just like it looks like it's a pit trap, but it's really just a floor, or it is a you know what I mean? Or then the second one behind it is an illusion where they try to jump it or they cross it and then they fall into the actual pit trap. So I mean, I was like, all right, let me do that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
and last but not
so much fun.
Last but not least, Tim. Nick. Any criticism for
I
me?
could be Tim too. No, dude, I love the session. I thought the roleplay was absolutely fire. Again, I loved the intro into it. Honestly, I think that introduction, like roleplay wise, and just like our actions and stuff, were like silky smooth. Like
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching a movie, just listening to everything and having it run in my brain.
What about poor Jiren? That's probably going to be fucking whipped and flogged like in the center for allowing the temple to be taken over.
I mean, the way I look at it is, he gave his key to Jordan, and somehow that key arrived back into his pocket, and he's gonna yell at Jordan, and Jordan's gonna be like, "No," or Jordan, he's gonna be like, "No, I don't have a key." And then eventually he's going to pull it out of his pocket and be like, either in private or in front of him, and he's going to feel like a buffoon.
Hope he finds him in the bar, absolutely pissed drunk, oh man, I was supposed to watch the temple.
Yeah, Ulfirc's probably going to lose his mind when he finds the key.
Dude, it's so funny.
He's gonna be like, "Did this happen? Did I imagine it?"
Did I have the conversation with
This,
That's
the
why he's
butterfly
drinking.
effect,
He's like, "What?"
butterfly effect that total party kills.
But yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I thought it
God.
was a solid session. I'm always a huge fan of sessions that aren't combat driven, and this was all explorative, and it was really nice.
it's nice to touch on that pillar of play because I feel it's neglected more than others. Exploration. Last question: what did you guys think of Chief Ababu being captured? The bullywugs being captured and fed to the zombies.
I feel like, and this is just as objective, that might have been our fault. Didn't we like do something where we left them to be like slaughtered or some shit? Like
We
we
took
just
their
like we're like, well,
totem.
see ya. We're gonna just take your idol and get the fuck out of here.
No, well, they went to come get their idol, and
Gonna eat us, yeah.
they
Yeah, they went to get the idol that we stole, so they came to the town to retrieve the idol back, and now they're getting fucking eaten.
Well,
but maybe
regardless,
they should not be so obsessed with their idol. Maybe
we had
they should learn to
Yeah.
think for themselves.
And
we have a
also
whole proof
Is that
of
something Hope would say?
somebody else stealing the idol. So if anything, we were just returning it if it is discovered to be in our possession.
If anything, they're the ones being selfish.
Exactly.
Yeah, and anyway, the
Manipulator.
bullywug code,
Manipulator.
a life for a life, has been tried and true. So we just saved this guy's life, and he's not doing so well. So even if he does decide to backstab us, we eating frog legs, baby.
Yeah.
When was the last
Well-
time? I would never backstab you with an NPC. A beloved
Never.
NPC.
Never, or an old
Never.
dead character, and never do that either.
No.
So, all right, that's all I have. Hope everybody enjoyed the session. Anybody have anything else? No, good. We will reconvene for episode 10. Jesus Christ,
Damn.
episode 10 on November, was it 17th? We agreed the 17th.
Yes.
I mean, it was the 17th.
Sure.
For episode 10. If you guys make it out of here, I'm saying if, be prepared for your first long rest following session 4 in level 4. Oh, session 10 being level 4. Sorry. Yeah.
Ooh,
That's what I got for you.
will indeed be prepared.
All right.
All right, guys.